I'm giving somebody the blues today.
Oh, you know what I wanted to show you guys? So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but people cheat while playing Tekken, and it's a big problem. At the start of season 2, they added new moves into the game, or they added new ranks into the game. God 1 all the way to God 8. There was 2 boosters, both Alyssa players, who were at the top of the ranks. It was this Alyssa main, who account we have open right now. So you can see their stats: 57, 29, 29, 69, 44. Everyone can look at these stats and say, like, yeah, this is not what a legit God of Destruction 2 player should look like, right? You have this person as well whose stats are a little bit better. It looks a little bit more normal, but once again, when you realize this is the God of Destruction 2 player, you think like, oh yeah, something's wrong there, right? And a lot of people were making a big deal about this, like, 2 people at the top of the leaderboards are cheaters. The initial tweet that I made was highlighting how, and this was when season 2 was at 51 days. Now I think we're at like 60 something days or something like that, 65, 67 days. But yeah, when we're at 51 days, no one reached God Infinite. No one still has reached God Infinite, but the players who were close was the 2 Alyssa players. Now, to my understanding, this Law player is now #1 on the leaderboards, and he is like legit, and he is now in God 2, closing in on God 3. But these 2 Alyssa players, their time at the top of the leaderboards came to an end. I was researching to see how far, because I went to see, you know, who made it first, and these 2 guys were, you know, very close to doing that. So I was tracking their progress. But after this update, I looked back at the game and they were gone from the leaderboards. And when I looked at their history on Weivu Wink, they have not played a game since the new update. Like you can see, the last game they played was June 1st. This is one of the cheaters. And then the other Alyssa player is the same exact thing, June 2nd for this one. But you can see they were boosting with Claudio, and then Zafin, they were boosting with multiple characters. Look at these 2 guys fighting each other over and over and over and over again on multiple different characters. Bro switching so many characters. Shahid, Reyna, Victor, Leo, Lydia, Raven. Bro switching all the characters. So if I had to take a guess of what these 2 guys are doing, because there is some matches where the player 2 Alyssa loses. So what I think is happening here is the player 1 Alyssa beats the player 2 Alyssa so they can achieve a high rank. So when they achieve that rank, all of the other characters on their roster gets promoted. Like when I was Supreme in season 1, all of my other characters were like blue ranks. That's what this Alyssa probably did. She probably got really high, so all of her characters could get blue ranks. So then when the player 2 beats the player 1 Alyssa other characters, she gets a decent amount of points. Because you see, all of these are 5 losses, 5 losses, 5 losses. They're mid-maxing boosting. I beat you so my characters can get promoted, and then I switch to every other character on the roster, and you beat them 5 times, which probably will demote them. And then from that point, you switch to the next character, and you repeat until you get very high. And these 2 guys were probably doing this for a very, very, very long time. Now, here's the tricky part, right? Is how do they even manage to get matched up so much? Of course, there's a lot of things you could do. Like, one, these guys are both PlayStation users, so you can't turn off crossplay. Boom, that automatically cuts out all of PC. But then, so this person is Middle East here, and this person is America. So how is a America getting matched up with Middle East? What else are they doing? Are they lowering their connection? That part is interesting because they're finding each other through rank. Maybe they're just declining the match over and over and over, and then when they both get matched up, the one sees America and the other one sees Middle East, then they're like, oh, okay, that's us. And then boom. Maybe that's what they're doing. How much time? Because we can see the time between these, right? How much time is between these? 8:20, 8:21, 8:25. So you can see between this match here, it took them 4 minutes to find each other once more. It took them 4 minutes. This one is 8:26, 8:29. So that's another 4 minutes of trying to find each other again. 8:30 to 8:35, another 5 minutes, right? 8:36 to 8:40. So that's another 4 minutes. So they are having to spend some amount of time in between. They're spending more time searching for each other than the actual matches are, because in the moments where they do have a match, you can see this match started at 0:32, and then the next match started at 0:33. So that whole set was over in less than like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or something like that, right? So they're spending almost double the time trying to find each other once more. So that just shows the level of dedication that these guys are going through to boost themselves. But you can see that this person, I'm assuming they're gone because they haven't played a match, like I said, since. You can see here they reached Lord of Destruction 4. So they were 4 ranks away from the top before they got clapped up. But look at their win rate, 45% win rate, 3,000 matches. 1,000 of those matches is on the Alyssa alone. So when you get God of Destruction, all of your other characters become Lord. And when you become Lord, a God of Destruction will gain a lot of points off of that. So that's what I thought it was blue ranks, but they're in Tekken King and Lord section, gain a lot of points this way. Ranked matches, 963. They have a 62% win rate there. Quick matches, 12%. I'm assuming quick matches is when they're playing legit. And if they are having a 12% win rate out of 16 matches, they're probably terrible at the game. And then the group matches is 286, and they have a 40% win rate. Combined, this is what gives them the negative win rate. I'm trying to think what the green or red could be. Because I know this is each day, right? This is each day. Each one of these squares represent a day where they were playing. But does the green represent days where they had a positive KD, as in the red represent days where they had a negative KD? Because if that is the case, what this would be showing is the days where this person boosted and the days where this person wasn't boosting. I want to click on there, Alyssa. So 77 win rate for ranked, 1,000 matches, 855 matches against Claudio. Wow, 83% win rate. Let's look at the other Alyssa player, because you got to remember there's 2 of them. They're feeding off each other like a parasite. So this is the other one. This one has a little bit more. So if you look at this graph right here, the green and red one, you can see that the player 2 Alyssa is more active. Way more active, way more committed to playing than the other person. The other person, they play a lot, but you know, this person obviously plays a lot more. And also they lose a lot more. There's a lot of losing going on. Win rate in ranked, negative. Quick match, negative. Player match, negative. All matches, negative. It's negative everywhere. So all of these characters here, they played all these characters, right? But they never won a match on it, a game on it. So, for example, Yoshimitsu, this person played 16 matches, right? Yeah, 16 matches with Yoshimitsu and lost all 16. That's because the other person was farming him. It is weird because, so let me try to understand this. So, player 1, Alyssa, has 855 matches against Claudio, and this person has 150 matches against Deviljin. This person plays way more matches than the other guy. I don't know. This is crazy. I guess we could see who they're playing against. Who's this guy? I think the Claudio main might be a separate account, because this is the Claudio that loses 800 matches to the player 1 Alyssa. And you can see account is basically designed just for losing. This Claudio is also from the Middle East, also PlayStation. Also has not played since the start of season, or not the start of season 2, but they haven't played since the new update. So this person probably got clapped out of existence as well. And you can see that they are paired up with the same account over and over and over again. Does this Lou Jane, because this Lou Jane seems like the one who's really committed. They're both committed, right? Wasting a lot of time doing this. But the Lou Jane seems like the one who also has the Claudio account. And yeah, see, this person has 1,000 more wins than the player 1 Alyssa has 1,000 more wins than player 2 Alyssa. So it seems like when the player 2 Alyssa can't show up for whatever reason, the player 1 Alyssa has a separate Claudio account to farm off of. Yeah, the player 1 Alyssa is the Middle East, and then the Claudio is also Middle East. So that person probably has a Claudio account on standby to farm off of. Wait, does that mean they have 2 PlayStations? See, I don't understand this. Bro played 855 matches against himself. For what? Of course, bro wants the Lord of Destruction rank. But as we just looked through this person's stats, they don't even play the game anyways. They barely even play the game legit. How many legit matches did this person have? This person had 16 quick matches and then 286 group matches. Why are you boosting? Like, are you playing group matches with your friends and you're trying to stun on your friends? Even if that is the case, you're getting bodied by them. So you have a high rank, but you're getting smoked. I don't understand the boosting concept there. I wonder if the developers do what we just did. Obviously, we have like websites and whatnot that was created by players, and we can see all this stuff. But the developers probably have their own tools to look at all this. But the same way we discovered this is probably what they do as well to really verify what's going on and take action, because they discovered all 3 of these accounts as well, both Alyssa's and the Claudio, just like we did. And all 3 of those guys haven't played since. Right? Yeah, that's pretty wild.